Hi viewers, here is Susan again of Wisdom and Power for Life. Viewers, you are welcome this day. Our topic today is the wisdom of opening a new page in our lives. There must be a time to open a new page in our lives. There must be a time to turn to a new chapter. Yes, life is made up of dualities. Wisdom is to know how to manage these dualities. There is a time for life. There is a time for death. There is a time to be born, and there is a time to die. There is a time to laugh, and there is a time to cry. There is a time for summer, and there is winter. There is day and there is night, and the list can continue. Yes, I have come to tell us today that it's common for man to count their blessings. It's common for man to rejoice when they get something beautiful. It's common for man to work hard to get the beauties of this life, to get the goodies of this life, and to forget that these dualities, that there is a time to gain and there is a time to lose. As man prepares to get the blessings, man goes for the blessings, man forgets that they are dark days. We know of Solomon. When he was named a king, Solomon asked God of one thing, that God should give him the discernment, the wisdom to lead these people. Yes, Solomon was a rich man, but he also understood that there are people he has to manage. He knew how wisdom is necessary. He knew how discernment is necessary to be able to manage people. Yes, we have so many things we have to manage in our lives. We have to manage our education. We have to manage our career. We have to manage our wives. We have to manage our husbands. We have to manage life. We have to manage death. We have to manage gains. We have to, you can name them. And often, when we gain a thing, we are so happy, which is normal. For there is a time to laugh. There is a time for happiness. There is a time for joy. But have we also prepared for the time to die? Have we also prepared for the time to mourn? Yes, all these things takes preparation. As you prepare to make gains, prepare also to manage the dark days. You won't stay so long on the old page because you are unable to open a new page of your life. How long have you been mourning? How long have you been crying? How long have you been waiting? It's time to turn the new page. It's time to go to the new chapter of your life. How long have you been waiting to be pregnant? How many years have you been waiting for that baby? And doing nothing but talking about only that baby. That expectation. And years are passing by. Years are passing by. And we are to use our time wisely. How long have you been sitting waiting for a new job and not looking around to find other opportunities? How long will you sit on that old page? How long will you sit waiting on that chair Look around. You will find other opportunities that you can as well manage. Turn the new page of your life. Your life is in your hands. Get wisdom, like Solomon asked. How do I discern? How do I govern these people? Ask the question, how do I manage this situation? How do I manage the hard times? How do I manage the stormy days? How do I manage the rainy days? As we preoccupy ourselves with the beauties and the goodies of life, we should also preoccupy ourselves with the rainy days, with the dark days, with death, with winter. How often we forget that we might be sitting too long on that position. We might be sitting too long on that bed. We might be sitting too long on the old chapter. It's time to turn the new chapter. It's time to turn a new page. Get wisdom and discernment. There is one thing that is important to know. Yes, I must say, there is no comfort in ignorance. There is no comfort in not knowing how to do a thing. Yes, my people perish because they lack knowledge. God did not say my people perish because they did not pray. He did not say my people perish because they did not read. He did not say my people perish because they did not fast. My people perish because they lack knowledge. They perish because they lack wisdom. And I have come to tell us today that where there is no wisdom, the people are perishing. Where there is no knowledge, the people are perishing. Yes, ask for discernment, ask for wisdom on how not to stay on the old page, on how not to stay on the same chapter for many years, on how not to stay mourning that husband, mourning that wife, mourning that child, mourning that lost opportunity, mourning that lost thing. You name them. How long will you stay on your old chapter? There are times and there are seasons. There are opportunities that come and they go. How long will you miss those opportunities? Because you've been sitting too long mourning. You've been sitting too long crying. You've been sitting too long complaining. You've been sitting too long. There is no comfort for those who are unwise. How many times have we waited and what we expected to happen never happened? How long will opportunities pass us by? Because we are still contented sitting on the old chapter. It's time to turn the new chapter. It's time to turn to a new page. Yes. It's time to give another perspective to your story. It's time to leave sorrow into joy. Yes, it's time to wipe the tears from our eyes and see the opportunities around us. And get the wisdom to manage that situation. Get the wisdom to manage winter. Get the wisdom to manage the times of mourning. Get the wisdom to manage those days of Christ. Yes, as we rejoice for gains, we rejoice for blessings, we should also prepare for the dark days. The dark days are just nearby us. They are just a second away from us. Yes, a second away. The wall between the blessings and dark days is a very thin wall. So as we prepare and we are conscious of the blessings, we should equally be prepared and be conscious of the dark days. Yeah. How many times have people broken down because they were not prepared for the dark days? How many times have people lost their health because they never thought of the dark days? How many times have people lost their own very lives because they could not manage the dark days? They never thought of preparation. We easily prepare for the good things. We easily dance for the blessings. But do we sit and think of the things that we might lost that we are enjoying today? Are we preparing for those dark days? I have come to remind us today that to stay healthy, we must be conversant of the dualities that exist in life. Life is unfolding itself in dualities. It's like a coin with two faces. Life is like a coin with two faces. Yes. Take a new page. Turn the new page of your life. Leave that position you've been sitting for too long. Open a new chapter. Manage the dualities of life. As you live celebrating blessings, also live preparing for the winter, for the storms, for mourning, for death. Yes. There is a man who said he had already thought about the burial of his wife in his head several times. He has already thought of the burial of the mother in his head several times. He has already thought of the burial even of his children in his head several times. Yes, that's wisdom. That's wisdom. It's just close to us. There are dualities. We have to live with them. Prepare for everything, for the bad days and for the good days. Think about them. Ponder on them. Prepare your mind. Prepare psychologically so that when those days come, they meet you strong. When those times come, they meet you strong. For there is no comfort for those who are ignorant. Ignorance has taken so many people to their graves. Lack of knowledge has made people to lose their life so quick. Yes, because they were unable to manage that very life that was given to them. May we be wise, like Solomon. Ask for discernment, ask for wisdom on how to turn the new page in our lives, how to go to the new chapter of our lives. Thank you.